Brothers and sisters, there's a saying among our people that after the rain comes the sunshine. And that precisely the context of today's reflection, the dawn of hope. The reflection comes from Isaiah chapter 4, verses 2 to 6, an important passage that follows earlier chapters where the prophet denounces and passes judgment on his people. Just before this passage, we read the fragrant words of the prophet. Not this. The Lord God of the heavenly armies is taking away from Jerusalem and Judah everything that your society needs, all food supplies and all water supplies. The passage really narrates the imminent collapse of the kingdom, the shattering of the nation's pride, its wealth, and the coming of discomfort of the citizens and all its leadership. Nothing will be spared, not even the land, for it will be stripped of its past glories, pushing the people to scatter like sheep without shepherd. But shortly after that oracle, in today's reading, something new starts to emerge. For as Isaiah says, on that day the branch of the Lord shall be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the land shall be the pride and glory of the survivors of Israel. The beauty of this passage is the newness that comes from the alliance the prophet is announcing. It is neither the celebration of the restoration of royal power nor the reconstruction of Davidic throne. Here in today's reading, it is about the promise of renewal from the ground up, a remnant of the people, holy not because they are strong, but because they have survived. The ones the Lord has washed away their filth, the daughters of Zion and Jerusalem cleansed of the blood stain. They have been spared, not without difficulties. They are the ones who have passed through the fire, for they have wept, waited, and worked, and now they stand, cherished and loved by God. To better understand this passage, it is important to read it through the lens of liberation hermeneutics. In fact, the passage reminds us that God often speaks from below, from the voice of the broken, from the side of the wounded, from the heart of those whose names were forgotten, the oppressed, and the persecuted. This is why Isaiah 4 is not about the pride of nation restored to its former glory, but about the dignity of a people loved, cherished, and redeemed. As Isaiah says it, those who remain in Zion shall be called holy. But God does not leave them alone. He comes again as in Exodus with a cloud by day, a fire by night, and a canopy to protect, a shelter to stay with them. Here, Isaiah is not playing with words. He's not just creating a poetic image. No, he's opening our eyes to the nature of God, a God who chooses to cover those that the world tries to consume. Brothers and sisters, today's reading could also be examined through African memory and wisdom spirituality. In Zulu thought, we say, Okusa Koyesa, the dawn is breaking. And here, the dawn is not immediate. It begins subtly in the dark, and then it arrives quietly, and even after a long night. This passage, too, is a quiet dawn. It can also be read through Akan proverb. Abuswa Nyedoa. The family is the tree. And under that tree, in the village, in the compound, we gather for truth, for healing, and for wisdom. Here, Isaiah tells us that God provides a canopy, a tree of glory, a sacred shelter. That is the African canopy. That is the divine circle. That is where holiness dwells, not in the pride, but in the presence. So, as we walk through this Advent journey, let us remember, hope does not come to those who demand it. Hope comes to those who wait, who endure, who carry their wounds with faith. This canopy Isaiah describes, this renewal, this new beginning is ours too. It is for the widow who lights a candle in silence. It is for the child who studies by the street light, the poor who sleeps on an empty stomach. It is for the families in Darfur, in Goma, in Gaza, It is for the pastor, the farmer, the teacher, the catechist in the northern and the middle belt of Nigeria. It is for those who continue to work even when they are not sure of tomorrow, or hope even when the government is absent. This is the dawn of hope. It doesn't erase the night or automatically take away our struggles, but it promises light and the shelter while we wait for the full morning. So, let us not rush through Advent. Let us dwell in the shelter of God's presence. Let us honor the survivors. Let us carry the fire. Let us stand beneath the tree and know the branch of the Lord shall be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the land shall be the pride and glory of the survivor of Israel. Amen.